The milk has gone bad, the apples are full of maggots, and there's beetles in people's porridges. Ew. The book we're going to talk about today is called Spoiled Milk by Avery Curran, and I'm going to be honest, I hate the title, Spoiled Milk. However, I had seen this book, someone was talking about it, and then I read the synopsis. The synopsis sounded pretty good, so I was like, okay, you got me, the synopsis sounds pretty good. And what did I find inside? Well, you definitely find that spoiled old nasty milk. But you have a gothic novel about a girls' school, which is called Briarly. Something happens, an evil arises that was maybe festering over the years, and eventually the girls who go there have to confront it and overcome it before it destroys them and everything that maybe they held dear. There is this girl, Violet, and on her 18th birthday, she falls to her death. And the main character, Emily, in this does not believe that it was an accident. She's convinced that she was murdered, and she wants to prove this. And so she eventually gets some of the other girls on her side, Evelyn and this other girl as well, Sophie. They kind of think that it was this French teacher. I'm going to totally say this wrong, but we're just going to refer to it as Mademoiselle after I say this name because I don't think I'm pronouncing it right. But they think it's this French teacher, Mademoiselle Lefebvre. Or Lefebvre. I don't know how to say that, like I said. So Mademoiselle. Also, they kind of think that maybe Mademoiselle corrupted her and that they were having a relationship, but they don't really know or have any confirmation. And then also Sophie, the one girl, she had given Violet, the girl who died, this book about spiritualism and seances. But when she died, she actually kept the book. So she's like, maybe we should have a seance about it and try to find out or try to contact Violet or someone to see if we can find out what actually happened. And then Emily is just 100% convinced that Mademoiselle was responsible for the death because she had gone to say goodnight to Mademoiselle and then had somehow accidentally fallen over the balcony and fell 15 feet to her death. Mademoiselle is also very broken up about this. She's not okay. She does not seem the kind of guilty of someone who just murdered someone. So Emily might have a little bit of misplaced her accusations, but we don't know. Also, Emily was kind of obsessed and enthralled by Violet, loved her. Everything to her was Violet. The whole school meant Violet and her friendship. And what I don't think Emily realized at the time was that her feelings were maybe a bit more, and she's angry, and maybe she's jealous, and maybe she'll figure a little bit of this out as time goes on. They go and they have this seance. The first one they do, they get this warning, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Stuff's gonna get way worse. And then stuff just slowly builds and builds. And so this is, as I said, it's like a gothic dark academia book. As in most gothic books, it's very slow. So if you don't like a slow burn, I probably wouldn't recommend this. But if you do like a slow burn, I thought it was pretty darn good, especially once you get to the last 60 pages is not a slow burn anymore. It's wheels are spinning, whirlwinds. As we get to the ending of the book, everything escalates and comes to a head and it gets all crazy. The first 75% of it though is a very slow burn, but you're getting to know these characters, who was Violet, more about her and how she behaved, and then you kind of get into Emily's head and how the relationship these girls had with one another, and then the realizations that they come to in life, and also with what happened with Violet. And eventually they are able to make contact with Violet. And they kind of find out that maybe something really ominous is happening with the school, that who the heck knows what it is, but it's coming. Violet says some of the stuff she can't always see. It's kind of cloudy, so she doesn't know exactly what it is. So it's kind of sometimes feels like she's talking in riddles. And I will say though, Emily's character sometimes was very frustrating because she does things that are just highly unlikable at points in time. But she's also a teenager, right? And she's just trying to find her stride and herself in the world. So some of the things and thoughts and stuff, she's very selfish and very not thinking of others and kind of just tramples all over people. She's kind of an a-hole. I literally wrote that in my notes. But it wasn't off-putting enough where it made me want to stop reading the book. No, because like the story just, like I said, it creeps. It creeps along the ground ever so slowly and then gets its tendrils into you as you're like, what is happening? What's going on? And there's this other girl who most of the other girls kind of find super annoying, and her name's Evelyn. Her and Emily like butt heads all the time, but Evelyn also agreed with her that this was a murder. Violet was so full of life, and she was very not clumsy. Like the way that she somehow flipped over the banister is an accident is just, not possible in their minds. But also like Evelyn was always kind of like a tattletale, and also like just kind of, I don't know, like the ruiner of fun, but she also really loved Violet. And her and Emily honestly kind of competed for Violet's affections. So you have that dynamic between them. And then you have like the other girls who are, some are more strong opinionated, and not all the characters really stand out as much, obviously, as Emily and Evelyn. And at some point, bodies start to pile up. When that happens, a lot of the girls leave the school and they do another seance. So like the core group of girls, like they're in the top year, like they're getting close to graduation and stuff. They all decide to stay because they want to try to like fight this thing or figure out what it is. And some of them just have, bad homes they don't want to return to. Like their parents don't see them or they're abusive or whatever. So they want to stay there, and stuff escalates, and then they do another seance and it's like, oh, the window when you could have left has closed. So now it's too late for you guys. So no one better try to leave. And so then someone tries to leave and the window was closed. They were warned. So something bad happens and it gets progressively worse. They're going to have to fight it. Will anyone survive? Can Violet actually help them? Is it actually Violet whose ghost they're talking with? There's just so much going on in it. Like I said, though, it's a very slow, syrupy, molasses slow burn. So if you do not like slow burns, you may find the first part just slow and dredging and boring. But if you do like those slow, like gothic, atmospheric building of worlds in this school and the relationships of the people and what happened, then I would say definitely check it out, because I enjoyed my time in the pages quite a bit. Regardless of the fact that I do not like the title Spoiled Milk, and it's just because it makes me think of chunky, gross spoiled milk. Like, if you've ever accidentally drank spoiled milk, it's gross. It's not fun. Thinking about it makes me want to gag, so I'm going to stop talking about it right now. So that's why I don't like the title of it. But don't let the title put you off. Like, it almost put me off. If that sounds good to you, definitely check it out. And if you enjoyed hanging out today, hit that subscribe button, come back, see me again, and we'll talk about more bookish things and weird stuff.